On behalf of JSW Infrastructure, I would like to extend a very, very warm welcome to each and everyone present over here. My name is Dhwani Karya, and it gives me immense pleasure to be standing in the capacity for this beautiful occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to have you join us today to commemorate the listing of the equity shares of JSW Infrastructure on BSE, a significant milestone for the company. Let's have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Before we proceed, I request everyone to kindly stand in attention for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जगति तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you. I request everyone to kindly take in your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and enthusiasts of progress, today we are here to celebrate a remarkable entity that is shaping the future of maritime infrastructure, JSW Infrastructure, a part of the USD 23 billion JSW Group, a conglomerate with a global footprint across diverse industries. In the realm of port-related infrastructure, JSW Infrastructure has emerged as the fastest growing company, setting new benchmarks in installed cargo handling capacity and volumes from fiscal 2021 to fiscal 2023. As of fiscal 2023, it proudly claims the position of the second largest commercial port operator in India, a testament to its unwavering commitment to excellence. India, being a beacon of growth, is an attractive market, and JSW Infrastructure is strategically positioned to capitalize on this momentum. Projected growth in port traffic, bolstered by initiatives like Sagarmala, aimed at reducing logistical costs for both domestic and international cargo. JSW Infrastructure embarked on its journey in 2004 from Mormugaon Port, and since then, there has been no looking back. with a robust portfolio of 9 concessions at ports and terminals across 5 locations in India and 2 in the UAE, it has strategically expanded its operations to handle diverse cargoes along the east and west coasts. Looking ahead, the company has ambitious growth plans. This includes enhancing capacity at Jaikat Port with the development of an LPG terminal, expanding the container terminals at New Mangalore Port, broadening its third-party customer base, exploring acquisition opportunities, bidding for new opportunities, and venturing into greenfield projects with a focus on non-major ports. Now, a milestone worth celebrating. Ladies and gentlemen, JSW Infrastructure's IPO stands as one of the large-size IPO to be done this year. Adding to this distinction, it is the second IPO to list under the T+2 format following the trailblazing example set by R.R. Kabel. In a sense, JSW Infrastructure exemplifies the ethos that history is made not in a day, but through a series of transformative steps. Today, we witness a new chapter in this journey, a testament to the dedication and vision that propels JSW Infrastructure to the forefront of India's port infrastructure landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a thunderous applause, not just for their achievements, but the spirit of progress embodied by JSW Infrastructure. Let's have a huge, huge round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, as we celebrate the momentous occasion of the listing ceremony of JSW Infrastructure on the BSE, we would like to welcome our esteemed guests on the dais, and we would like to present bouquets to them as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives immense pleasure to invite on stage Mr. Sajjan Jindal, Chairman, JSW Group. Hearty, hearty welcome, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I request you to please take in your seat. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming on stage Mr. Arun Maheshwari, Joint Managing Director and CEO, JSW Infrastructure. Very, very warm welcome to you, sir. Please help me in welcoming on stage Mr. Lalit Singhvi, Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer, JSW Infrastructure. Very welcome to you, sir. Please help me in welcoming on stage Mr. N.K. Jain, Vice Chairman, JSW Infrastructure. Hearty, hearty welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give a warm welcome to Mr. Sheshagiri Rao, Chief Financial Officer, JSW Group. It gives me immense pleasure to invite on stage Chairman, BSE, Mr. S.S. Mundra. Very, very warm welcome to you, sir. Welcome, sir. Please help me in inviting on stage Mr. Salil Pitale, Joint Managing Director and Co-CEO, Axis Capital Limited. Very, very warm welcome to all the dignitaries. It's indeed a pleasure to invite you all and have you here for this momentous occasion. Very, very warm welcome to you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now begin this landmark occasion by lighting the ceremonial lamp. I request the following dignitaries to please join us for the lamp lighting ceremony. I request Mr. Sajjan Jindal, Chairman, JSW Group, Mr. Parth Jindal, Managing Director, JSW Cement, JSW Paints, to please come forward. Mr. Arun Maheshwari, Joint Managing Director and CEO, JSW Infrastructure, Mr. Lalit Singhvi, Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer, JSW Infrastructure, Mr. N.K. Jain, Vice Chairman, JSW Infrastructure, Mr. Shishagiri Rao, Chief Financial Officer, JSW Group, Mr. S.S. Mundra, Chairman, PSC, Mr. Salil Pitle, Joint Managing Director and Co-CEO, Axis Capital Limited, to please come forward for the lamp lighting.
शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणं आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
Thank you so much. Thank you. This marks a new and prosperous beginning for JSW Infrastructure. I request all the dignitaries to kindly take in your seats. And now, moving forward, I would like to invite Mr. Salil Pitle, Joint Managing Director and Co-CEO, Axis Capital Limited, to initiate the proceedings. Warm welcome, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Axis Capital, I'd like to express a profound thanks to all of you for your presence at the listing ceremony of JSW Infrastructure today. There's been a lot of anticipation around this IPO. It's of particular significance coming as it comes from one of the premier groups in the country, JSW Group, and it's also a return to the JSW Group to the public markets after, I think, 13 years. JSW Infrastructure is an extremely integral element and part of the entire JSW Group, a truly Indian multinational conglomerate with a diverse asset portfolio spanning steel, energy, infrastructure, cement, paints, and a lot of initiatives around sports and investments and venture capital and so on. I would like to take this opportunity first to congratulate Shri Sajanjinder ji for his personal remarkable journey as an industrialist, entrepreneur, and his entire team at JSW Group for building out such a fantastic business conglomerate. The group has been extraordinary in terms of building businesses of size, scale, significant profitability, and most importantly, being exemplary hallmarks of corporate governance in India. JSW Infra stands as India's premier port-related infrastructure company. It's got remarkable growth in cargo handling capacity over the years, and is also ranked as the second largest commercial port operator in India. More importantly, this is again an example of a company which started off leveraging of group synergies, but then eventually building out a business which is of admirable importance and has customer base across the board. This 2,800 crore IPO in India is India's largest offering, which would have listed within just 2 working days of the closing. The regulator SEBI is keen that we move towards a process which is very quick listing, and I think JSW Infra with this size of an IPO has done a remarkable job to ensure that we've closed in a T+2 period. It also happens to be the second largest IPO in India in this financial year. The response to this IPO has been fantastic. 16.5 lakh applications, garnered around 62,000 crores across all categories. Great oversubscription, close to about 40 times of oversubscription at the upper end of the price band. We would like to thank the regulator, SEBI, the stock exchanges, for their support in ensuring this IPO has gone through in a seamless manner. I would now like to also thank Mr. Arun Maheshwari, the CEO, Mr. Lalit Singhvi, and the entire JSW Infra team for entrusting us with this opportunity for this IPO, and we doing a great job of actually reaching out to all investors across the board. We do believe that JSW's infrastructure's incredible journey has only begun. Today we welcome 2 lakh new investors into the fold, and this is just the debut for what we do believe will be a great success story going ahead. Thank you very much, and I'd like to seek your support in making this IPO and its listing a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for initiating the proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming now Joint Managing Director and CEO, JSW Infrastructure, Mr. Arun Maheshwari.
Good morning, everyone. I'm not used to read out a written script, but today I will do that. First of all, thanks to Sajanji, Jain Saab, Rao Saab, and many more who directly, indirectly guided and motivated JSW Infra to be the second largest commercial port operator in India today. I fairly remember somewhere there I was standing 30 years ago. The journey from there to here has been exciting, challenging, and kept questioning the status quo. Thanks SEBI and BSE and NSE for the robust structure for this growth-hungry economy. While standing on this dais and representing each and every employee of JSW Infra, we all suddenly feel much more responsible, more accountable. This listing has made us truly more accountable. What started 20 years ago as a mere supply chain control of a process industry like JSW Steel and JSW Energy, and remained similar for good initial 40 years, the company, with clear roadmap, grew multifold in volumes, products, and customer base. Investment rational, acquisitions, bidding of projects, largely targeted towards increasing the share of external customer, and has delivered expected outcome, with the external customer base touching 37% of the last audited report, from a meager 6% in 2019. Thanks to rock solid, our growing anchor customer base, which keeps posing good challenges at JSW Infra. I normally say that steadily energized, cementing the growth. So these are the 3 good anchor customers we have, which keep challenging us. From here on, the opportunity pipeline is immense. It's incredible. What a combination. Look at India, a land of opportunity. Look at JSW Group, a passionate group with solid governance structures in place. Infrastructure as a sector, which is targeted growth sector for the government as well. The opportunities are unlimited. Government policies and economic well-being is truly throwing an opportunity on us. High entry barriers, limited players, and what can be better combination having a solid balance sheet. I thanks to all our customers, investors, stakeholders, bankers, lawyers, auditors, government policymakers for putting their belief in us, and we are sure that we'll continue our journey with similar passion, attitude, trust, and transparency. Thank you, everyone, for making this a big success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your heartfelt wishes. Ladies and gentlemen, now it gives me immense pleasure to invite Mr. Sajjan Jindal, Chairman, JSW Group. Let's give a huge round of applause, please.
Good morning to all the dignitaries here, Mr. Mundra, Mr. Jain, Mr. Rao, Mr. Pitale, Arun, Lalit, and all my colleagues from JSW as well as from Bombay Stock Exchange. Well, friends, this is a very historic moment for JSW Infrastructure to be present here today on the listing of initial listing of this company. This was a very small company, and the whole initiation happened because for steel industry, logistics plays a very important role. And previous to us entering the steel business, the steel company did not believe in infrastructure control or cost control, because it was all controlled economy and everything was price control and everything. So efficiency always took the second step and was not the primary thing. So we were one of the first steel company which set up in the liberated, licensed liberated era. 94, 95, we did our issue. So that time we decided that we have to make our logistics cost very low, because in steel industry, to make 1 ton of steel, you need to move 5 tons of materials and finished goods. So that's when we first built this port in Goa, and we dredged the port. It used to be a 20,000 tonner port. That means only a 20,000 ton vessel could berth at the port. And we made it first to Panamax, and then Handymax, Panamax, and then to Cape, typical to India's style that go step by step. So we dredged it to finally to Cape size, and what we were spending $40 per ton, we brought down to $5 per ton, the sea freight. So that was a kind of improvement that we did. And even today, amongst the steel companies which are not on the port, we are the only port company which is feeding, a group port company which is feeding to the steel company. Of course, thereafter, the port infra company went to third parties and utilized its whole capacity and the expertise to help grow India. The second thing which I wanted to share was that in 95, when we listed JSW Steel, I don't remember, it's been very long ago whether I came here to gong the bell, but 2010 I remember very clearly when JSW Energy was done. But 95 was the same, I was more or less the same age as Parth is today. So, it's very interesting that how one generation later we are talking about India's growth. But today's youngsters are really fortunate because they have a huge, I mean, I was also as fortunate because even when I was starting up my career, India was a big potential. And we knew that India will grow, but not the way it is growing today. The positivity that India is throwing today in the world is absolutely immense. Today, the whole world is looking at India. You travel to the US, you travel to China, to any developed world in Europe, everybody talks about India. Not because they're meeting you and that's why they are talking about India, but generally the whole world is looking at India. So this is a great opportunity. This government, besides providing stability to the country on the political front, it has also given us the ambition to grow big, to make our country from 3.5 trillion to 7 trillion, then to 10 trillion, and then the Amrit Kal that we are passing through, which will take us to a developed country by 2047. That is the very, very audacious, very ambitious goal that Prime Minister Modi has put. But why not? If this generation, we don't set ourselves an audacious goal, we will never reach it. So, as they say, if you want to get to the moon, you have to aim for the stars. So, this is what we need to build our country in a big way, and the way, that's why I feel very excited about today when we are doing this JSW Infra. I think it's just a starting. It's just the tip of the iceberg that JSW Infrastructure is listed. It has a huge potential. We have such a large coastline, and not only that, our logistics cost is probably the highest in the world. The cost of transporting goods in India is the highest. So JSW Infra has a huge potential to grow its business, to create what like government has created Concor. So I keep challenging my team that why can't we create a second Concor within the JSW Infra? Is that a possibility? Why can't we create like Singapore, the ports, or Singapore is a tiny city country and handles more cargo than all of India. So, why can't we be that kind of a thing? Not only we have our own cargo, but we have countries around us. So we have to really think at those levels. We cannot think only India-centric. We have to think global, and we have to really build ourselves as a global global country. Another very interesting thing I was sharing with Mundra ji while we were sitting in the ante room, that this is our third public issue of JSW within the JSW group. And but of course in the Jindal group also, I was the one who started doing the listing. And 1986 we did our first, I did the first issue of Jindal strips at that time, which was I think 18 crore rupee issue. And after that it grew, and then we did 95 JSW Steel, that time JVSL, and then JSW Energy in 2010. But interestingly, this is the largest issue from the JSW group of 2,800 crores. So, of course, the time value money, if you don't consider, then this is the largest issue till date from the smallest company of the group. So it's quite interesting that how things have changed. But interestingly, this is not the last IPO. We have many companies coming up: JSW Cement, JSW Paints, JSW One, and hopefully there would be more companies which would get listed in the years to come. So very interesting. I believe in sharing my wealth with other shareholders, with Indian shareholders and global shareholders initially, because I believe that is the best way to perform, because once you are listed, then you are under pressure. Then the company gets, the management gets under pressure and to perform better. Then every day you see your stock price in the market, what's happening, what people are talking about you. So, it's like a mirror for you, that every morning you look at your mirror and you say that, okay, this is what it is. You have put on so much weight, you have reduced weight, whatever, you are not that fit, whatever it is. So it's similarly, the stock market gives you the same kind of a reflection of your company, your performance. So I think it's very important that we do that. And, I must say that the investors in JSW Group have all been very supportive of the whole effort that the JSW Group has been doing over the years. And I really thank all the investors, the bankers, and especially for this issue, all the bankers who have helped us to launch this issue. I would like to congratulate Arun and Lalit, who have single-handedly handled this largest issue from the group. So that is also very... So with these words, friends, once again, thank you. It's a very historic day for JSW Infra to be present here. It's very nostalgic to be in this hall, which was the where the trading used to take place. Once as a kid, I had come here, kid as in 23, 24-year-old, I had come here, and there used to be a balcony. I don't remember now, probably it's hidden or something. But I was standing on the balcony to see the floor working, I remember. Maybe this one or the other room, I don't know. So, but it's very, very historic, so it feels really good to be here. So once again, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those words of wisdom that has resonated with every one of us. Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives immense pleasure now to invite Mr. N.K. Jain, Vice Chairman, JSW Infrastructure. Very warm welcome to you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Sri Sajanji, the President of BSE, Mr. S.S. Mundra, Salil, Says, Arun, Lalit, distinguished guests present over here, representatives of various merchant bankers, my colleagues on the board of JSW Infrastructure Limited, ladies and gentlemen. While it gives me great pleasure to be associated with this event, I've been with the group from 1992, and the size of the group that we are seeing today, I've seen the passion and vision in the eyes of Mr. Jindal. Let me give you a small anecdote on that when I first joined in 1992, the group size was very small. It was a sort of about 100 or 150 crores rupees, that's it. and Mr. Jindal first time gave me a file containing the title of which was ISP, Integrated Steel Plant. 1.25 million tons, project cost 3,300 crores. I told him, look, you are just 100 crores rupees turnover company and you want to create a 1.25 million tons steel plant with a project cost of 3,300 crores. So that was the vision and passion I have seen in his eyes. And that is the reason that you are seeing the JSW group today at this level. I have worked with him very closely and I know what kind of passion and vision he has. And that is how it has reached to this level. Well, first of all, let me congratulate the entire team of JSW Infrastructure Limited under the leadership of Mr. Arun Maheshwari and of course Lalit. Because as I was telling Lalit that Lalit, this is your show, because CFO show it is, though the credit goes to the leaders, but I think you have done it very well. So congratulations to you, dear. And it is really an outstanding because taking the company to an IPO level itself is an achievement. It's a great achievement. And the subscription, which is, I've been told, close to 40 times, it's a big thing. But I think Mr. Jindal also has mentioned there are 2 IPOs before this. First was in 1995. In fact, the 10th of February 1995, because I was the person behind it during those days. I was the first director of Jindal Vijayanagar Steel Limited, which was now changed to JSW Steel Limited. And that was also of a big size of that time, 2,200 crores rupees. So it was not a small one from any standard of that time. Then, of course, in 2010, Energy, and now JSW Infra. So all these 3 IPOs have come, and I'm sure many more will come, and many more to come, of course, it has to. Well, friends, my association with JSW Infrastructure Limited has been since its incorporation in 2006. I was the first shareholder and director of this company. So this is a pride moment to me that yes, this company has reached to this level. It has grown leaps and bounds during this 15 years journey. And I'm very proud to be associated with this company and with this group. This is my pleasure. I'm so happy today to be here. And I once again congratulate the entire team of Lalit and Arun and wish them a great success in times to come. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Mr. S.S. Mundra, Chairman BSc, to share his thoughts on this auspicious occasion. Very, very warm welcome, sir.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. All the dignitaries on the dais, I would have called individually, but I am already getting a severe glimpses from my team that we are probably slightly late in our time schedule. And as the system runs, we have to, strike the gong at 10 o'clock. So I'll try to be brief. But on behalf of BSc and on my personal behalf, is my great privilege and honor to welcome all the dignitaries from the JSW group, the other members of the group sitting in the audience, immediate members of BSc family, as well as the extended family, and all the friends from media. Let me start with congratulating the entire JSW group led by Mr. Sajjan Jindal for successful public offer. Already has been mentioned what is the size, what has been the history. I won't go into that. But what is important, I would like to say Many companies come from the public offer. Sometimes it is considered to be fashionable. Sometimes it is considered to be glamorous. But many of them realize at a little high cost later on that what does it entail. When you have a public offer, it entails a lot of transparency, it entails a lot of disclosure, it entails a lot of discipline. But from whatever I have seen and what I hear again today, I don't think it's going to be a challenge for JSW Group in any case. The group, which is already known for its corporate governance, its ethos, and its discipline. So I'm sure it would be an enriching, say, association between the company and the investors, and I think both will prosper in this journey. I would only like to mention one thing, and in financial sector we always say that a financial sector can grow only to the extent the real sector can grow. In any economy, there are times when the financial sector is outrunning the real sector, but ultimately the reality, shifts into some point of time, and that equilibrium comes. When I talk about, say, infrastructure sector, I believe the same thing, that while the virtual sector is very, very important, but the virtual sector can grow only to the extent that the physical sector has to support it. There would be a limitation. There can't be a growth of virtual sector without the support of physical sector, and infrastructure represent that physical sector. So once again, congratulations and all the best. Little bit about BSc. BSc, I think, is one of the oldest surviving public institution in the country. We are in our 149th year. Next year, we would be celebrating 150th year of this institution. You have seen the journey. This iconic hall where we are standing today, it used to be open cry system. This is the ring where there used to be open cry system. Since then, it has seen a lot of changes. I think many global dignitaries have visited this hall. Many listings have taken place. Many important conventions have been held here. We are also largest exchange in the world in terms of number of companies listed, 5,244 to be precise, and welcome to the newest family member in this listing. Just before I conclude, I would like to give you some sense where India is moving in terms of investors. Only other day for some event, I was looking at some data point. So to give you a sense, in March 2020, BSC had 5 crore investors listed, as the investor. Latest, the count has increased to around 13.5 crore. From 5 crore to 13.5 crore in a passage of 3 years. But what is more interesting, if we do the breakup of this 8.5 crore, out of this 8.5 crore, 17% are below the age of 20 years. So you see the new investors which are coming. 22% are in the age group of 20 to 30. And 44% are in the age group of 30 to 40. That is the kind of breakup of the new investors which are coming in the financial sector. And even more interestingly, out of 13.5 crore, 8.5 crore, I mean to say, out of increased 8.5 crore, 6 crores are not coming from top 30 cities of the country. They are coming from the urban, semi-urban areas, other than top 30 cities. So this is a kind of, seminal change which is happening in the investor base, in the behavior of investor, and I'm sure that this bids well for the total investing climate in the country. Just last one thing, you have already heard, JSW Group first came, our association is very old, 95. I think 2005 also JSW Holding, there was a listing, and then 2010 JSW Energy. Today in 2023, okay, we are doing this listing. My only appeal to the group is you have to improve this frequency. 10,010 to 2023, that's good. Now it should be a yearly or biannual event. I think just I was mentioned, our steel billet also launching was done by Mr. Sajjan Jindal on the commodity side. And your 400 million, that senior bond listing, which is a part of sustainable effort on India and the exchange. These are all the sustainable, the commitment to ESG, which is shown by the group, for which again I compliment you. Once again, thank you and all the best.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mundra. Mr. Mundra, I request you to please move to the adjoining stage as we now have an exchange of mementos. I request Mr. Jindal also to please move forward with him to the adjoining stage as we'll be receiving the iconic, yes, that stage, the other stage, sir. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having an exchange of memento. So I request Mr. Mundra from BSc to hand over the iconic BSc Gong and the BSc Bull to Mr. Sajjan Jindal. This is truly a historic moment. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a thunderous round of applause, please. Now I'll be presenting the iconic BSc Bull to Sir. I request Mr. Jindal to please take in your seat. Mr. Jindal to please take your seat. And I request Mr. Mundra to please be on stage as we're inviting the other people. I request Mr. Arun Maheshwari, Joint Managing Director and CEO, JSW Infrastructure, to please move towards the Gong area to receive the memento from Sir. I request Mr. Lalit Singhvi, Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer, JSW Infrastructure, to please receive the memento from Sir. I request Mr. N.K. Jain, Vice Chairman, JSW Infrastructure, to please proceed to receive the memento from Chairman Sir. I request Mr. Sheshagiri Rao, Chief Financial Officer, JSW Group, to please proceed to receive the memento from Sir. I request Mr. Salil Pitle, Joint Managing Director and Co-CEO, Access Capital Limited, to please proceed to receive the memento from the Chairman of BSc. I request the representative from JM Financial Limited to please come forward to receive memento from Sir. Thank you. I request the representative from DAM Capital Advisors Limited to please come forward to receive the memento from Sir. Very warm welcome to you, Sir. Thank you. I request the representative from HSBC Securities and Capital Market India Private Limited to please come forward. Very warm welcome to you, sir. Request representative from Credit Suisse Securities India Private Limited to please come forward. I request the representative from Kotak Mahindra Capital Company Limited to please come forward. I request the representative from SBI Capital Markets Limited to please come forward. I request the representative from ICICI Securities Limited to please come forward. Thank you. I request Mr. Mundra to please be on stage. And now I'll request Mr. Sajjan Jindal to once again head there. Mr. Mundra, I request you to please be on stage, as now we'll be requesting from the company end to BSC to present the mementos to some very special partners. So I request Mr. Jindal to present the memento from company's side, that is JSW Group and JSW Infrastructure side, to sir. Thank you. Thank you. I request both the gentlemen to please take your seats. I request both the gentlemen to please take your seats. Thank you. I request Mr. Arun Maheshwari to please come forward to present the mementos to the BRLMs. Yes, sir. I request you to please move towards the adjoining stage. I request representative from JM Financial Limited to please come forward. I request Mr. Salil Pitle, Joint Managing Director and Co-CEO, Axis Capital Limited, to please come forward. I request representative from DAM Capital Advisors Limited to please come forward. At the same time, I request representative from HSBC Securities and Capital Market India Private Limited to please be on standby. Thank you. Yes, sir, to please be on stage. I also request representative from Credit Suisse Securities India Private Limited to please be on standby. I request representative from Kotak Mahindra Capital Company Limited to please be on standby. I request representative from SBI Capital Markets Limited to please come forward. I request the representative from ICICI Securities Limited to please come forward. I now request Mr. Lalit Singhvi to please come forward and Mr. Arun Maheshwari to please take in your seats to present the memento. I request the representative from Khaitan & Co. to please come forward. I request representative from Tri-Legal to please be on standby. I'll invite representatives from Trilegal to come forward. At the same time, I request representative from Linklaters to please be on standby. I request representative from Axis Bank Limited to please come forward. Thank you. I request representative from Yes Bank Limited to please be on standby. Thank you. Welcome, sir. I request representative from ICICI Bank Limited to please be on standby. Thank you. Thank you. I request Mr. N.K. Jain to please come forward to present the next set of mementos, sir, to the adjoining stage. At the same time, I request representative from Care Ratings to please come forward. At the same time, I request representative from Concept Communications to please be on standby. Thank you. Now I request representatives from KFin Technologies Limited to please come forward. At the same time, I request representative of Concept Communications to please come forward to receive the memento. Thank you. I request representative from Shah Gupta & Co. to please be on standby. I request representative from KKAB & Co. Limited. We have KKAB & Co. LLP to please come forward. Thank you. And thank you so much, Mr. Jain. I request you to please take in your seat. I request Mr. Lalit Singhvi, Executive Director and Chief Financial Officer, JSW Infrastructure, to present the vote of thanks. Warm welcome, sir.
Good morning, friends and dignitaries on the dais. So it's a historic moment for us. And what else could be, more happier moment for a CFO than this, with successful completion of our IPO. So it's a once in a lifetime event for us. And obviously I'm very excited on the success of this IPO and our shares getting listed today on BSE and NSE. In fact, we have been nurturing this idea of IPO for, for quite some time. But once we issued our dollar bond issue, and which got a huge success in January 22, we started planning for it. So we appointed our lawyers and bankers by end of 22, and real work started January 23. And it was an exhaustive, exercise. And, larger the conglomerate, larger, complexities. And we did face challenges, but, we had a good set of lawyers and bankers who guided us all the way through. We took right call and we sailed through quite, conveniently. And kudos to my team, which is very small in numbers, but they did wonders. So they were so passionate and dedicated that we completed the exercise well ahead of time. I would like to thank SEBI and its official for encouraging us to adopt T+2 basis listing, which is 2 working days post closure of the issue. And with the support and encouragement from all our associates, we have today achieved the milestone of being the first big IPO of our size to get listed on T+2 basis. For making this possible, I want to especially thank Salil Pitle of Access Capital and Francis and Murli of our registrar KFIN to make this possible. I would like to thank all our anchor customers, QIBs, HNIs, and retail investors who came in large numbers to make this IPO a huge success. Such huge response was not seen in recent times, making this IPO a memorable one. I would like to thank now Mr. S.S. Mundra, Chairman of BSE, and all its employees for organizing this fabulous event. We enjoy an age-old special relationship with BSE, and this IPO listing further strengthens this. I take this opportunity to thank all our 8 bankers, JM Financials, Kotak Mahindra, DAM Capital, SBI Capital, ICICI Securities, HSBC, and Credit Suisse, who have really worked hard to achieve the dates committed. Without their support, it could not have been achieved. Okay.
We are so sorry to interrupt. We have the gong ringing, and I request Mr. Sajjan Jindal and Mr. S.S. Mundra to please move towards the gong. Ladies and gentlemen, we're moving towards history now, and let me tell you that just 30 seconds before we'll have a customary countdown, so I want the whole of audience to shout along. We're just a minute away, and also I request everybody to all the time be seated, as we will be having videography happening right there. So we request all the audience to please be seated, and we're just a few seconds away, ladies and gentlemen. All right, 30 seconds to go. We need a huge shout out from you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just 10 seconds more, and then the next 10 seconds we'll be having customary countdown. Together we'll be shouting. All right, everybody. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hearty, hearty congratulations. Wow, it's truly been a milestone, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a huge round of applause, please. I request the dignitaries also to move towards the adjoining stage now. Wow, it's truly been a very, very historic moment. I also request all the BRLMs to please come forward to join us for this historic moment. Hearty, hearty congratulations to everyone. Thank you. Thank you so much. Congratulations once again, ladies and gentlemen. JSW Infrastructure is now officially listed on the stock exchanges. We're truly, truly grateful to each and every one of you for joining us here today. Ladies and gentlemen, also let me tell you that the refreshments are served in the area adjacent to the stage, so you can go behind the stage and move towards the F&B area. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the refreshments are served behind the stage. There is an adjacent hall, so you can move towards the F&B area to enjoy yourself. Thank you.